Hi all, this is the LVBAIR dehumidifier. It's available on Amazon and I thought I'd just do a quick review of this for you, having now used this for a couple of weeks. Okay, so let's jump in and let's take a closer look. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit more about this dehumidifier before I tell you how it's been performing for us. So the reason we went for this one is because we had a leak in our garage and all of the plasterboard was damp, the whole room was really damp, and this extracted all of that moisture out of the room and helped to dry it out. We're now using this in our washroom for our laundry, so when we hang our laundry over the horses, the clothes horses, it really dries them out really quickly. So in terms of its looks, it looks fantastic. It's super modern, super sleek, this nice black and white neutral colours is going to fit in with any decor. It really looks good. It's compact as well, as you can see, and it's on wheels. You also have a handle here, so you can just simply wheel that around and just makes it easy for transportation. So in terms of its capacity, it has a 2-litre tank here, and it's really easy to remove. You take the tank off and you just simply pour the water out that it's taken out of the air from here. There's also a sensor here as well, so when this tank fills up, it automatically switches off, which is really great. So if you're going out, you don't have to worry about it overflowing or anything like that. And then the tank just slides back on like so. And then on the back, you also have a filter, so the air is being filtered as well as this is working. So you have your fan here, and then the air is sucked in through this piece here. So you can remove this and you can just vacuum this out. So you just simply pull that off the back there, and you have this mesh that you can just vacuum this area and keep it nice and clean. So as well as having the tank, so you can also with this one, you can also extract using a pipe as well, which is really nice. So if you have this into your sink, your basin, then it's not going to put the water into the actual tank, and you can have this running continuously. So if you have this down in a basement, for example, that's going to be really useful. So attach the pipe, you just simply unscrew this here at the back, you remove this plug. We're not using this, we're just using the tank, and then you just simply pop the pipe on like so, push that right in, and then that can just go out to somewhere where it will continuously extract the water from. Okay, and when you're not using that, just put that rubber pipe connector back in there, and then just do that up like so. Okay, so if I just turn that round there just to show you a little bit more. So you have your control panel on the top here. So what I'm going to do is I will plug this in and I will show you the different functions that you have. So you have 3 different modes with this dehumidifier, and it's super quiet. It's 40 decibels on the lower fan setting. So you can adjust the fan speed. There's 2 speeds, and you have those 3 modes as well. And I'm going to show you that now. There's also a timer function on here, which is what we were using when we had it in our garage extracting the water out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will get this plugged in and I will just show you the control panel, and I'll show you the different functions that this dehumidifier has. Okay, so let me show you how you use this dehumidifier. So you get a user guide with it. It's really clear and explains it really simply on the controls on here, but it is super simple, and I'll show you now. So if we start from here, you have your power button here, which essentially just turns it on and off. You do have a timer function. So this timer can be used to both set the time that it comes on or the time that it goes off. So I have the power off at the moment. If I want to now set this to come on in 1 hour, I can press my timer button, and then I can do 1 for 1 hour, and this will go everything up to 24 hours. And I can just simply leave that now, and that will come on and switch itself on in 8 hours. It also has the ability to turn itself off as well. So what you would do if you wanted the timer to be an off timer, you power on, you set it to the mode that you want, and then you do your timer. So if I set that now that it's running, this will automatically turn off in 1 hour. So that's a really nice feature there, that this timer works both for on and for off as well. Really, really impressive. So the other button over the other side here is your lock button. So what this will do is when the dehumidifier is turned on, if you want to lock it so that children can't be playing with the buttons or pressing them, you just simply press and hold this for 2 seconds and a little light will come on and none of the buttons will then work. So let me just show you that now quickly. So I'm powering on, I'm pressing and holding the lock button for 2 seconds. Our lock light has come on. Now none of these buttons will work. It's essentially locked at the keypad here. So to turn the lock off, you press and hold again for 2 seconds, like so, and then you're ready to just use the buttons again to turn everything off. It's really that simple. Okay, so in terms of your mode, so you have a speed here, low and high. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this on and put it on the low setting so that you can hear the noise level, how quiet this is. So if you're going to have this in your bedroom, for example, you're not going to want a lot of fan noise at night. You can turn this to the low speed and it's super, super quiet. So I'm going to show you that now. So you can hear there just how quiet this is. So I'm just going to put it onto the high setting so you can hear the difference. Okay, so I hope that's coming across there just how quiet this device is. So the other button you have here is your mode button. So you have 3 different modes. You have dehumidify, dry and continuous. So the dehumidifier is an automatic setting. It means that you can set the level of humidification in your room. So let me show you how this works. So when I power the machine on, it's reading the moisture in the room and it's giving me that reading here. So what you can then do is use in the dehumidifier mode, you can use the Humi button or the humidify button here to set the level of moisture that you want in your room, and then it will automatically turn on and off once it hits that level. So let me show you that and I'll explain a little bit more. So I'm going to power the machine on. I'm going to hit the mode button to go to the dehumidify. It's showing that the room currently is 47, but what I can now do is press this button and you can see there that it's set at 70. So that's the reason the machine is not switching on, because the level in the room is drier than the level that I have set. So what I can do is press this button and go right down to say 30 or 35, and you can see there the machine has come on. It's saying, well, we're 47 in the room at the moment, you want it at 35, so I'm going to dehumidify the room down to 35, and then it will automatically switch off. So the other mode you have here is your dry mode, and you can also, in the dehumidifier mode, you can also adjust the fan speed there as well. So if I now go over to the dry mode is an intense mode, and that's the mode we use in our washroom. It means that you cannot adjust the humidification in the room, and you cannot adjust the speed. It's locked. So what it's doing is essentially just drawing as much moisture out of the room as it can, as quickly as it can, and that's your dry mode. If I now switch to continuous mode, what that's doing is it's continually drying the room, but you do have the option to adjust the speed there between high and low. So if you have this in your basement and you want it extracting and keeping your basement nice and dry, then put it in the continuous mode. It will continually run at the speed that you set it. And that is essentially your 3 modes that you have there. So this dehumidifier is absolutely fantastic. It looks great. It works exceptionally well. As I say, we used it in our garage and it worked brilliantly. It dried the room out in a matter of days. I think we had it running for about 3 days and it was really great. The room is now completely dry. It's absorbed all of that moisture. And as I mentioned, we're now using this in our washroom. We hang our laundry over the clothes horses, put this on the dry mode, and within a few hours, our washing is dry. It's sucking all of that moisture out of the towels and the clothes as well. Really fantastic. So this is the LVBAIR. It's the PD12A model. It's available on Amazon. You're not going to be disappointed with this, and it comes highly recommended.